Good morning, fellow option traders. This is Jeff, and welcome to the Daily Scan for Tuesday, July 30th, 2013. Well, not a lot in the lineup for today. Case-Shiller, Home Price Index, and Consumer Confidence are on tap for 9 o'clock and 10 o'clock this morning, respectively. Don't really expect any surprises out of that. So let's jump right over and take a look at what happened over in Asia. Pretty up day in Asia. Like we say, anything better than 0.5% on an index is a good thing. So Asia's looking pretty good. Take a peek at Europe, and Europe is up this morning as well, although not very significantly, and it's about time to go to the pub also. So we'll be having some fish and chips at the pub today. Oh, that's in England, that's right. I hope I didn't offend any European or English watchers. Just trying to be funny, I guess you could say. Anyway, that's where that is. Interesting thing here, China's bubble to burst. And I think they're talking about the housing or just the economic bubble period, but there is a bit of a housing bubble over in China. Not sure about how things are going to be happening in the rest of the world. There is a lot. I mean, you have to admit that there is a lot going on. And it's pretty crazy out there. So it's pretty crazy in here too. All right, what's next? What do we usually go to next? Oh, I wanted to also, just while we're over here, I wanted to remind anyone who might be new and hasn't watched these two videos here on my playlist. Just go to the Option Guru's YouTube channel here and look here on playlists, and there's two videos down here. I think they're about about a half hour or so each, and it explains how to set up the charts and how to read the indicators that I use. And I use them exclusively now. That's all I do, and I key almost everything off of those indicators. So if you're wondering what the heck it is that I'm talking about, go and watch these two videos. Okay, that's commercials over now. Let's jump over to the U.S. pre-market. Things look a lot like Europe here, don't you think? Pretty much not even 0.1% up in the pre-market here at this time. Gold is still wallowing around above, slightly higher than $1,300. And oil is down a tad at 103.87. And those are the things that we usually look at in the pre-market here. Over on this side, we have the cash indexes, and we have a lot of their respective VIX type indicators. Here's one for the Dow Jones VXD. The VIX is the normal one for the S&P 500. VXN is for the NASDAQ, and RVX is the volatility indicator for the Russell 2000, which pretty much corresponds with these cash indexes up here, although you can't trade this Dow. Unfortunately, I guess. Maybe they just won't allow a cash index, I'm not sure. But 15,000, that would be a pretty pricey index, so they'd have to bust it down, probably like 1/10 or 1/100th of it. But you can always do that too with a ETF, so you can do it that way. Okay, close this down here. Current holdings. First of all, we'll cover, I got out of Netflix yesterday. The alert went off right at the market open, so it gapped up. I waited about 10 minutes, and I was going to be hitting the road, taking the grandkids to the state fair. We had a riot yesterday. It was perfect weather. lower 70s, nice breeze. The only bad thing about the whole thing was the cost. Man, I tell you what, $5 for a Slurpee? You gotta be kidding me. Ice and sugar water? Oh, jeez. Anyway, you buy your grandkids as much as you can for whatever they ask for. You know, that's what grandparents are for, is to spoil the grandkids. But anyway, sold the Netflix for $7. Overall, the whole Netflix earning thing and all has hit me up for well, above 1,500 and probably closer to $2,000 loss on that whole thing. So the guru wasn't too much of a guru on that one, was he? So I'm going to take it off of here because it's too painful to look at, and I'm not in it anymore anyway. Okay, what else we have here? We have Goldman Sachs. Had a nice day yesterday. We'll take a peek at that chart right quick. Very favorable move for us. Hopefully it will continue. Our IWM, I did not do a trade yesterday, and it's a good thing that I was not here, because we ended up, for the 9 MA, we ended up with a magenta, and on the MACD MA, magenta as well. And our rules, which I'm still developing, but let me show you what they look like here. As of right now, we look down here for the current period, and we have, here's the legend down here, but we have magenta, magenta. So the first one here is the 9 EMA, and the second one here on price, and the second one here is, I think it's a 15 EMA on the MACD, the way that I have it set up. And when they both turn magenta, and the previous day was magenta was white magenta, we say no. So today is magenta, yesterday was white magenta, and that's the scenario that we have: white, magenta, and then magenta, magenta. Feel a little darky saying magenta over and over so many times. But then you do not do a trade. So I did not do a trade, just happened to work out that way. I'm going to try to make sure that I am available at 3:30 Eastern Time, or 30 minutes before market close, to come here and take a look and see what's going on and decide what type of play we will be doing. So back over here, this particular one, we have our short is at 103 and a half, 102, no, 103. So our short's at 103. So looking at the chart, we are at 103.39. We are still out of the money, which is where we want to be. And we're just waiting for time to help us. This expiration is this Friday. It's Friday, August already? Oh man, that's, oh, look at this. Wow. Yeah, Thursday. Thursday is August. Okay, time flies. And just a little over 3 weeks and school starts. Okay, so that's where we are with that one. We didn't put one on yesterday. LinkedIn, we have the Iron Condor on that. Let's see what they did yesterday. Alright, they had a nice move in our direction yesterday on the Iron Condor, so we're happy with that. And then last but not least for our current positions is TLT, which is the 20-year Treasury ETF. A pretty good ETF to play with. Definitely very high volume. On the Analyze tab, it's looking like this, and on a chart, it is looking like this. We're looking to keep it down below this 110 level, so we're looking good on that one. And we got in back here. We had our target set here, and we got confirmation, and we jumped on it. Okay, let's take a look at the A plus list. Did I cover everything I wanted to? Yes, I have. Need to just move on quickly with the recording today. Okay, where are we here? Apple. Okay, Apple, looks like we're still kind of undecided here on Apple. Not a lot of direction. We're getting some positive momentum in here. So I am going to set a target down here. And unless this moving average changes to red or continues to stay relatively flat, we're going to be looking for a trade down here. So we want it to, moving average, to start creeping up a little bit here, and an entry down here on the stochastic. Amazon. Must have got in a fake trade a while back. Don't remember exactly when. Maybe around here. I'm not sure. What are we seeing here? We have an uptrend. Very nice move off of earnings. I think there's a lot of potential in Amazon myself, but is it overpriced or not? I can't determine that. I really don't know. But we're in an uptrend. We are looking, we're going to set a target down here. So that's the one that we're looking for, and we're going to delete that one. Well, before we delete it, you can see that we were kind of looking for a target down here, and then we had earnings, and we don't want to mess around in earnings, so we get rid of that one. Now earnings are past, our uptrend is continuing, and now we're just simply looking for an entry. Okay, Baidu. I know a lot of people say Baidu. So Baidu, we're looking for an entry down here. It's not there yet. Celgene. We have a target down here, looking for an entry. Not there yet. Still valid. CF Industries. Whoa. What the heck happened yesterday? CF Industries, gainers. IPG, Omnicom, CF Industries jumped after Dan Loeb's third point management revealed a position in the firm and its quarterly investment letter, because CF Industries access low-cost North American natural gas just because, what did it say, buy the rumor and sell the news or something? I don't know. I don't understand why that jumped up like that. Wow. I'm glad I wasn't in it. Okay, so we were in a downtrend, and it looks like we're going to have an uptrend. So I'm taking this off of here because I don't even want to look at or even consider doing anything with the stock that does something like that. That is huge. We went from 180 to 202. Well, that's a 10% move, roughly. Wow, I'm impressed. Chipotle. What's going on with one of my favorite restaurants here that I never go to? Chipotle's still in an uptrend. We would like to see a nice big wave coming down here instead of this choppy stuff. Don't like that choppy stuff. So let's look for something down here. Just looking for a place to get in. Gold. We're a little choppy here too. We got a lot of chopping here, a lot of noise. We're flattening out. We're in the 50 MA meets up with price, and they start banging against each other. That's not a good choice either. Might be for an iron condor. I'm going to jump in with an iron condor on this. I'm going to make a note of that. Hang on. And to pause it there for a second while I made my notes. Let's take a look at an iron condor on this. First thing I'll do is get rid of that. Then I would be looking at, let's see, normal August expiration. Oh, let's see here. We have our 20s at 123 and 132, 123 and 132. 132 and 123. That might be, that would be pretty good. Let's take a look at that. So we would do this. We would sell a vertical on the call side, and we would sell a vertical on the put side with, okay, we have a 25 delta here and a 21 delta here. Let's throw a 25 delta in there and see what that looks like. Wow. Not getting much credit down here on the put side, but it's probably safer to go a little bit further out of the money. So if we're looking at August expiration here, here's our standard deviation in this shaded portion here. And here's what our iron condor would look like. And we could say, let's set slices to break even on 817, and then set slices to chart, and we'll throw up a, let's see here, throw up this particular chart and zoom in. Oops, a little bit too much. So we're looking for price to stay in between these lines by this expiration out here. That has possibilities. That has possibilities. And make a fairly decent credit on that. 23 and 13, 36 cents credit. And we would, that's only $100 in risk, so we could pump this up a little bit. My favorite on these is to go 3 strikes away. So on the call side, this one would be 135, and on the put side, where are we here? This would be 120. And that's what we would look like. So now we would set slices to break even again. And we got a little bit wider break even, more risk, 216 to make 84. That's not too bad, I don't think. So let's set slices to charts. We don't have double up here, do we? No, we don't. So this is looking slightly better. Looks like a pretty good trade to me. So we got a bunch of moving averages starting to converge here. We got momentum is like almost as close to zero as you can get without being right at zero. So that's actually looking pretty good. Alright, let's move on. Google. And we'll just go back here to the monitor so we don't have to wait for so much data. Oh, Google. Yeah, we have a rollover on the moving average here on Google. So we would be looking for an entry up here. Now, I mean, you could chase this thing, but that's not the way that we play our rules. So we're going to have to wait for that one to develop. Goldman Sachs, we are currently in. It looks like momentum is starting to leave. Over here on the weekly, we got things turning down a little bit as well. I don't have this put calendar anymore. This is no longer valid. I don't want anything to draw my eyes to any. Well, yeah, it's when it just shows us when we got in, which was our rule breaker. No, I don't want to show that. We're going to take that out of there. Okay, we're running a little late here. Okay, LinkedIn, we are in an uptrend. We're up here. We would be looking for an entry down here. So let's draw a target in, but we got earnings coming up, so we're going to take that target out. As quick as I put them in, I take them out. So we're going to stay away from that one because of earnings. MasterCard, we have a lot of noise here on MasterCard as well, but we have earnings coming up, so we're going to stay away from that one. Netflix, we just got beat to death on that one. I get these out of here. No longer there, get rid of that. Okay, now let's start from scratch with Netflix. This moving average is a little bit too flat to get me interested. So I'm going to stay away from that one. Priceline. Oh, we have earnings coming up. I'm not going to touch that one. Panera. We just had a moving average rollover here. So this, we're looking for it to come up here for our target. This is my favorite restaurant that I do go to. Not very often, but I do go to it. We're waiting for it to hit our target. Tesla. Still climbing. Going into the stratosphere. We have earnings next week. Next Thursday, it looks like. Staying away from that one. And Visa. A lot of chopping here on Visa also, and they had their earnings. A lot of chop. What's we looking like here? A lot of chop on a stochastic. Like to see nice waves like this on the daily, but I'm not seeing that. Just a lot of chop. Well, this could be an iron condor candidate also, but we got one for today that we're probably going to get into on gold, so we'll just stay away from that. So that's it for today. We're looking at maybe an iron condor on gold and no new alerts. So we're still looking at the IWM daily. We'll see what happens here at 3:30 today. Hopefully I'll be here to be able to take a peek at it. Thank you very much for watching. Have a great day and happy trading.